The music hadn't stopped, but the room had. 100 people pretending not to notice the body slumped behind the catering table. Too still, too quiet, the kind of quiet that doesn't belong at a party. The smell hit me first, a mix of spilled wine and metallic warmth, sharp enough to slice through perfume and laughter. I shouldn't have been the one to find him, but the universe doesn't ask permission before it hands you a problem. A waiter's tray cattered nearby, a nervous slip. Someone whispered to someone else, "You didn't hear this from me," and the sentence dissolved into the bass thumping through the floorboards. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Unknown number. 3 vibrations. Hang up. 3 vibrations. Hang up again. I didn't answer. Whoever kept calling knew exactly where I was and exactly what I'd just seen. The streetlights outside flickered like they were keeping count. I moved through the party like a shadow wearing a suit. No scene, no panic, just quiet observation. The body had a watch on the left wrist, screen cracked. The time frozen at 9:41 p.m. But the ballroom clock above the stage read 10:07. Someone had staged the discovery to look recent. A framed photo near the bar had shifted, barely, but enough. And my wife, she kept repeating the same sentence to anyone who asked where she had been. "I just stepped out for air." Too rehearsed, too fast. Logic whispered, emotion trembled. I followed the whisper. People say the truth sets you free. They've clearly never chased it. I watched expressions crack like thin ice under weight. Eyes slid away from mine, even friends, even family, as if guilt were contagious. Conversations tightened, smiles became teeth. Every gesture felt staged, part of a script I wasn't given. But one detail kept chewing at the edges of my mind: the victim's tie. Same brand, same pattern as the one in my bedroom drawer, the one my wife claimed she'd bought on sale last month. A lie so small, yet it felt like a match dropped in gasoline. Paranoia didn't hit all at once. It seeped in, filling the gaps between words, settling in the spaces where trust used to live. This wasn't a random death. It wasn't a robbery gone wrong. Someone in this room wanted me to see that body. Someone wanted to send a message, and the message had my name on it. The evidence found me, not the other way around. A phone in my jacket pocket that wasn't mine. A single video file. No title, just a timestamp. I pressed play. My wife's voice filled the screen first. Low, confident, intimate. The victim's voice overlapped hers, discussing plans, leverage, and something colder than betrayal: intent. Not an affair, a setup. The body wasn't the crime, it was the alibi. They had framed each other, and they were trying to frame me next. I didn't scream, didn't tremble. I simply understood what needed to be done. Justice doesn't need volume, it needs timing. While the party reached its drunken peak, I walked to the stage and handed the event manager a USB drive. "Play this next," I said. No explanation, just precision. The lights dimmed, the crowd quieted. The recording played across the massive screen, every whisper, every plan, every threat. My wife's face blanched to paper. The room's temperature dropped 10 degrees. She looked at me as if I had pulled the trigger myself. But I didn't touch her, never raised my voice, never moved closer. Her partner in the conspiracy tried to slip out the side door. Security caught him before he reached the hallway. The panic on his face arrived too late. They weren't destroyed by rage. They were destroyed by their own words. I simply provided the microphone. After the sirens, after the statements, after the crowd scattered like startled birds, silence returned to the hall. I walked through it alone, stepping past the ghost of a party and the memory of a marriage. No victory, no relief, just clarity. The kind that comes only after you've seen the truth without its mask. Outside, the cold air felt honest, brutal, but honest. I didn't look back at the building or the people inside it. Some stories end with forgiveness, some with punishment. Mine ended with a single thought. Justice was never about mercy.